Hi everybody, welcome back to Tea Time with Aloha and Coco. Guys, I'm Vicky. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to click the subscribe button down below to be part of the Tea Time family. Blah, yada, 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 yada. So guys, today I woke up with this thought in my head that I wanted to bring to life a very, very amazing dish that I heard of once upon a time in the Disney parks. To be more specific, this particular dish was one that was found in the China Pavilion back in 2021 for the Festival of the Arts. So that means it is officially 1 year old. So I really wanted to recreate it because I was hopeful, although I knew everything that was on the menu for the China Pavilion, for every pavilion over at Disney for this year's Festival of the Arts, although I knew all of it, I was very hopeful that they would bring it back and surprise us, that was gonna happen. Regardless, they didn't, and I stayed wanting to try that particular dish. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a dish called the Edible Zen Garden. It was a little Zen garden, like the ones with the little rakes that you play with the sand and all the little rocks. They had an edible version in the China Pavilion last year. And I really wanted to try it with the girls. But because I completely missed that, I decided, I used to do tea time recipes where I made fun, kid-friendly foods here. So why not create my own edible Zen garden? So I stopped by the Dollar Tree, picked up some materials, and let's make our own edible Zen garden. Here we go. So here we are creating our edible Zen garden. We started off with some Honey Nut Cheerios. Pick them up anywhere. You could literally pick it up at the Dollar Tree. They have some there. These little Zen gardens are also from the Dollar Tree. They're by the cash registers usually, and it brings a beautiful little black base with a little rake. It brings a little bag of sand as well as rocks. I went ahead and I took the sand and the rocks and I put them aside for a future project. I did want to keep the tools though, so the base is going to be a fundamental part of it as well as the rake. I picked up a Bunch of Crunch bag from the Dollar Tree. Now, if you look online or even in candy stores, they have rocks that are candy and they look just like rocks. But because I was sticking to the Dollar Tree budget and the Dollar Tree kind of accessibility, I just picked up some Nerds and the Bunch of Crunch instead. You're also going to want to thoroughly wash those bases. Now, these items sit at the Dollar Tree right alongside the registers for months on end, so you want to make sure you clean them thoroughly. They also have little bits of sand from the bags. So once I cleaned off all of the little bases and the little rakes, I dried off, and now it's time to create our sand. So take your Honey Nut Cheerios, place it inside of a blender. You're gonna see here the incredible mess I create because I got way too excited. There it goes, just everywhere. And now we're gonna start blending. Now that the Cheerios have that sand consistency and we poured it onto the little trays, time to add the Nerds and the Bunch of Crunch to create the illusion that there's rocks in our Zen garden. If there's one thing I would change about this project is I would probably venture out into the candy world and find the actual candy rocks, the ones that simulate rocks. And the reason for it is because this almost looks like a little kitty litter box. Just because the Bunch of Crunch does look like a little bit of poo. But I will say it was still fun regardless. The girls had a blast playing around with the sand. They actually ended up using the little rakes as spoons, which I didn't think they were going to because of, the small space it has to actually collect sand for them to eat it. But they had a ton of fun and I had a blast watching them enjoy it. So this is our take on the little Zen box from the China Pavilion from the Festival of the Arts back in 2021. I hope you enjoyed. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this super simple, fun, play with your food type of dish. I really like creating food that the girls can play around with because it just makes it more fun and enjoyable, and it gives them an opportunity to come with me in the kitchen and kind of have fun with it. The next one I really want to do is the ice cream sink that you can find at the Magic Kingdom. I really want to do that with the girls, but I'm trying to put a spin on it. Something that isn't so obvious and something that isn't just like, okay, let's just completely replicate it, but that we kind of put like our own tea time twist to it. So we'll figure that out. But regardless, thank you so much for joining us. I'm so happy to have you back. Don't forget to click like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, and we'll see you in our next video.